All right, so in this video, I'm going to talk about the benefits of having a realtor. All right, so this is kind of like a love-hate relationship that I have. I have a love-hate relationship with realtors, and this is coming from a realtor. All right, I am a licensed realtor. I'm an investor first, then realtor, but I've always believed of going direct to seller. I hate involving realtors. I will admit it. I'll be the one to say it. It's anytime you do a deal, especially as an investor, if you're buying a property, you want to go direct to seller. There's nothing better than going direct to seller, just you and the seller. When you have a realtor involved, when you bring in a middleman, it just ruins everything, okay? It really does. However, there are some times though where realtors are a great resource. I hate to say it, but they can definitely help you in your real estate business. Okay, and that's what we're going to talk about today. The benefits of having the realtor. Okay, so the first benefit of having a realtor is one, the market. All right, realtors, especially good ones, seasoned ones, they know all about the market that you are trying to invest in. All right, so when you need to know things about the market, you need to find a realtor. Okay? All right, someone who's been there for a long time. They know the ins and outs. Okay, they know the area down to the subdivision, county line, county jurisdiction. The realtor is going to know. So when you are trying to figure out, how the market is, what's going on in the market, then you definitely need to contact a realtor. All right. The reason why you do need to contact a realtor about the market is because you're going to need to find comparables, right? So if you are not good at finding comparables, then a realtor is going to be able to help you find comparables. When I say realtor, a good realtor. Find a realtor that knows what they're doing, because you do have some realtors who just are new or just aren't, good realtors. I mean, you do have that out there. They're not going to be able to comp properties properly for you. This is where you want to find a realtor that's investor friendly as well. When you comp a property as an investor, it's going to be a lot different than comping a property, as someone who's looking for a property to live in. It's night and day. It's completely different, okay? As an investor, you're looking at the ARV of a property, all right? You want to know what the property is going to sell for after everything is fixed up, right? So you want to find an investor-friendly realtor because they know the market, they know how to do comps, okay? They know the lines, all right? They know what is going to sell for in this area versus what's not going to sell in this area. They know like where the crime is and the whole nine. They know everything, all right? Especially a good one. So if you need to know the market, you need to contact a realtor, especially if you are in a new market. Okay, if you're in a new market, a realtor is your best friend. That's the first person you need to call is a realtor, because they're gonna tell you the ins, especially if you're an investor and they're an investor-friendly realtor. Oh, you call them, it's money, all right? Because they know that you're gonna pay cash for a property, right? They know that's a quick closing, all right? There's no financing contingencies and all this and all that, and you have to, qualify. No, they know that you mean business, all right? So realtors will definitely help you with the market. All right, another way a realtor can be a benefit for you is property management, okay? I'll put PM, property management. There are realtors who are also licensed property managers, okay? That is a qualification that they have that they can definitely get education on. And like I said, it's a great resource to have, especially if you are in the business of buying rental properties. All right, the more rental properties you have, the more you are going to need a property manager, because you can't manage all of those rentals yourself. You can, but it's definitely not feasible for you. And that's where a realtor can come in, because a realtor, they are also licensed property managers, all right? Not all of them, but they can get the continuing education to be a property manager. They can also be a really great resource to refer a property manager. So they may not be a property manager, but they know of property managers, okay? And so, like I said, if you are in the business of buying rentals and you have rental properties and you need a property manager, ask your realtor. Your realtor is more than likely going to know someone, who can help you with property management, and that makes them look good when they refer. When they refer you to a property management company, they're giving business to the property manager. Now, when the property management company has a property that they want to list up for rent, they're going to call a realtor, right? So you see how it all works out. It comes full circle. So definitely, if you have rentals, realtors, they can be a property manager or they can find you a property manager. Realtors can also make great transaction coordinators. So I put TC. So a transaction coordinator. What a transaction coordinator is someone who basically keeps up with timelines in a contract, right? They make sure that contracts and addendums get signed, right? They are in constant communication back and forth with the title company or closing attorney. They basically do all the administrative work for the buyer, right? So if you need a transaction coordinator, realtor can be a great resource. Realtors, being a realtor is a hard job. It is what it is. Being a realtor is a hard job, and there may be some slow months for a realtor. So they need to find other ways to make money while they may have deals pending, right? So what they do, they become property managers, they become transaction coordinators, right? So this transaction coordinator has definitely helped my business because it allows you to focus on things that's going to make you more money besides administrative work, like looking out for timelines, making sure the seller signs and initials a document, going back and forth with emails between the title company. A transaction coordinator handles all that for you. So a realtor is definitely a great resource for that. I highly recommend implementing a TC in your business, especially when you start picking up volume. In the beginning, it really doesn't make much sense to get a TC because you have to pay them, and you may not have the funds yet to make that an expense, on your P&L. So you need to basically work up to this. You don't have to do it like out the gate. I really don't think it's necessary. It also will teach you a lot about the transaction process of buying a property. When you first start out, you don't need I actually encourage you not to get a transaction coordinator so you know how to handle situations. Like when a title company sends you a title commitment, you know how to read it, right? When they send you a lien search, you know what you may need to do to, help the seller close out a lien or a violation, right? Or an open or expired permit, right? It's really good to learn how to do these things instead of just delegating it to someone else in the very beginning, because really that builds the foundation for you as an investor. You definitely will have a lot of tools on your belt when you know how to do a lot of things, when you know how to resolve a lot of issues yourself, all right? You want to bring in the TC later on when you just have a lot of deals coming in, then you need a TC because it's just you got too much volume. But in the beginning, in the beginning, make your money, make sure you net as much as you can on your deals, stack, save, and then delegate, right? Then build your business. So, but realtors can be a great resource for being a transaction coordinator. They can also find transaction coordinators for you too. They have transaction coordinators that help them with their business, so they can recommend, their transaction coordinator. So realtors are definitely great in that aspect. Realtors are also going to know about title companies, right? So they're going to know which title companies are the best title companies to use in your business as an investor. Title companies, they can make or break your deal. I'm just going to be honest. A good title company can make the transaction as easy and smooth and simple as possible. A bad one can just make it hell, right? And what I mean by that, the main thing is communication, right? If you need to call your title company, they need to pick up. If you email your title company, they need to respond. And unfortunately, you do have title companies that they do not communicate well. And the results of that are timelines are passed, expired. You find yourself in bad situations within the contract because they're not, holding up their end of the bargain. Having a realtor will be able to guide you to the correct title company, especially an investor-friendly realtor, because they know how investors work. They know how they think. They know the whole buying process of an investor. It's not the same as someone who's buying a property to live in, someone who's getting conventional lending, FHA, VA. It's completely different. It's night and day. And your title company is going to be the one to really bring you to the finish line on your transaction. And realtors can help you find those, right? So realtors, good for the market, good property managers, good transaction coordinators, and they are great resource for finding you a title company. Realtors can also be a great resource as, let's put project managers. So we'll put, instead of PM, so we'll put project, I can't even spell, project managers, right? So when you're flipping houses, especially if you are flipping a lot of houses, you're going to need someone to manage those projects. You can only be in one spot, right? You can only be in one place. You can't be if you have 7 flips going on, you can't be at all 7 flips at once. You're going to need a few project managers here and there. And realtors can be your project managers, all right? It doesn't really take a lot to be a project manager. I mean, it will help to have some type of understanding of contractors and construction, but realtors don't need to know everything about construction. They just need to make sure deadlines are met. They need to make sure that there's a contractor at the property working, right? That's what project managers are really for, okay? So realtors are great for that because most realtors are great. They're great at organization. They're great at meeting deadlines. They're just great at, doing admin work, basically. And as a house flipper, most of us aren't. I'll be the one to say I'm not good at stuff like that. But realtors are, and they can definitely help you as a project manager, right? So just make sure that your realtor is competent, okay? You do want a competent realtor, all right? And the key is if you make them the project manager, you can also incentivize them on listing the property after it's done. That would definitely make sure that your project gets done in time and it gets done the way it's supposed to get done so it can sell for a premium. Make the realtor a listing agent, okay? It's worth paying them that so your project gets done on time, right? Especially if you're in a new market. If you're in a new market, incentivize the realtor. Make them want to work, right? Give them a reason to want to go above and beyond, okay? And the best way to do that is to make them a project manager. All right, and then the final benefit of having a realtor as a resource is that they can give you off-market deals, right? And pocket listings. So off-market deals and pocket listings, okay? Now, I know you're probably thinking like, all right, off-market, realtor, what? Yeah, realtors, just like you, are trying to find deals, okay? They are trying to do a deal, just like you, all right? We're all in this together at the end of the day. We're all trying to accomplish the same thing. So since they're trying to find deals, especially investor-friendly realtors, they're going to find house flipping deals or wholesaling deals, right? So if they're finding those deals too, they can feed you deals. All right, that increases your deal flow. Realtors can be a great resource. Realtors can make you a lot of money, especially if you have a realtor that understands the mind of an investor, understands what you're looking for. All right. It's great to have a consultation, a one-on-one meeting, go to lunch with a realtor and explain to them your buying criteria, or a Zoom call or a phone call. Like, this is what I'm looking for, okay? I need 3 beds, 2 baths in this area that's 1,300 square feet or higher, and, they have to have a pool. Whatever your buying criteria is. I need duplexes and triplexes, and that's it. That's all I buy. Whatever it is, realtors, they're looking for it too, and they can help you find it, okay? Having that badge as a realtor also shows a sign of trustworthiness to the seller. So if a seller sees a realtor, if a seller knows that the person is a realtor, then just that brand of realtor, it eases them a little bit more too. Whereas it's harder coming as like, hey, I'm an investor. If I go to a seller and say, hey, I'm an investor, it kind of, it's in like a negative connotation for some reason when you say investor. And well, I shouldn't say some reason, because as investors, we are in it to make a profit. So we will need the property at a lower price. However, there are sellers who have to sell, or they need to sell, or want to sell at a lower price so they can sell their property a lot faster, right? That's a whole nother video. But realtors, they can have good deals too. It's really hard to come by. It's hard to come by a realtor who has a good deal, but it does happen. I have gotten a numerous amount of deals from realtors. You just have to get out of that mindset of, if the realtor has it, it's not a good deal. And I know I say I'm not a fan of realtors, but there are realtors who can feed you good deals, especially if they know what you are looking for, okay? And if they can find that deal that you're looking for, then you just found someone who's gonna find you deals. You just found someone who's gonna feed you deals. That your email is gonna be filled up every day with good deals. And that's where you wanna get to. And realtors can help you with that, all right? Off-market pocket listings. Pocket listings is a listing that a realtor has, but it just hasn't brought to the market yet. So if you establish great relationships with realtors, and they have a listing that they're going to list, right? It's going to come to the market, but that realtor has a handful of buyers that they rather give it to them first because they know they can close, right? They don't have to worry about putting it on the market and then it not closing. The realtor also can get like a double commission if he comes to you, right? Or she comes to you. So they don't have to share the commission with another agent, right? So realtors, they want to feed their deals to a handful of buyers. They want to have a handful of buyers they know that are going to close. They have deals in their pocket that they're just itching to get out, but you have to communicate. You have to establish relationships with that realtor, okay? So that's how realtors can benefit your investing business. It was hard for me to make this video because I have a love-hate relationship with realtors because they can also ruin deals. It happens a lot, but you do have the good ones. You have the good ones that know all about the market. You have the good ones that can be great property managers for you. You have the good ones that can be transaction coordinators for you, can find you title companies, can manage your projects, right? And can actually feed you deals, off-market deals, their pocket listings to help you make more money, okay? So go out there, establish a relationship with realtors, and it will enhance your business, all right? If you got value out of this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next video.